good people? This is the 8-bit animal. And over the years, one Barbara Millicent Roberts has had a number of careers. She's been a fashion model. She's been an astronaut. She's driven race cars. She's been a doctor, a veterinarian, which is a second kind of doctor. So, two kinds of doctor. A number of different things, right? One thing that she has always been, one constant, is that she was always an inspiration for girls and those who identified as girls. Since her introduction into the space in 1959. Credit to Ruth Handler for that. Well, today we're going to talk about a video game that puts players in control of one Barbara Millicent Roberts. And it also kind of plays off of ideas set in motion by Super Mario 2. This game is from 1991, was published by High Tech Expressions and developed by Imagineering. Glen Rock, New York need to come and get their people, if their people still around. I don't even know if Imagineering is still a thing. Either way, today we're going to have a conversation about Barbie. Alright, so game starts with Barbie reading a book about mermaids and getting sleepy. Barbie needs to get some rest because she has a full day ahead of her. She's going shopping, she's going to the beach, she's going out for lunch, and then she's going to a party with Ken. And she falls asleep and has very vivid dreams. And in those dreams, she's basically in places that represent all of her activities for the next day. So the first level takes place in a mall. There's a stage where she's a mermaid, which is supposed to be the beach, I'm assuming. There is a malt shop stage. A number of different levels, right? And this is a standard platformer. It was put together, High Tech Expressions, Imagineering, Mattel, everybody involved had this idea that they wanted to get girls more involved in gaming, as if girls weren't capable of playing Super Mario Brothers, Double Dragon Cat. I know lots of girls who grew up playing Castlevania and playing Final Fantasy and playing all of these games that weren't Barbie, right? But, this strategy worked because the moms and dads of these girls, or aunties, cousins, whoever, who were buying them video games, thought that it would be a good idea to get them this Barbie game. And this was the first of many, because Barbie showed up on pretty much every platform. Several versions of Barbie showed up on different platforms. This game is the most basic of platformer. And instead of Barbie having weapons, it's kind of like a puzzle adventure type deal, where Barbie uses items to entice little animal companions to assist her on her journey and helping her avoid obstacles like tennis balls at the mall, and fountains, and fish when she's a mermaid, or when she's walking around after the mall, and all kinds of stuff, right? And yeah, this game is, in theory, it's okay. It's not the worst thing that Imagineering developed. That's probably one of those Simpsons games, or Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. But there is a lot of nuance in this game that I don't think was accounted for when thinking about the fact that they wanted to introduce little girls to a gaming space. This wasn't for veteran gamers. This was for like 6 and 7-year-old girls. And that might be a hard sell once they actually play this, because it's not an easy game. I know, right? You would think it would be. But it's not because the game is particularly difficult. It's because there was so many little puzzly aspects to this game that just made it weird. Also, it's slow. It controls really stiff. And I attribute that to the fact that this version of Barbie is made to basically be a sentient doll. So her movements are really stiff. Her jump looks like you pose the doll to jump. That's also sound effects, bro. That jumping sound effect is probably the most grating thing on the NES this side of the Red Galaxy theme music. It's awful. But yeah, this game isn't the worst thing on the NES, but there were loads of other things that could be used to introduce new gamers, new girl gamers included, into the gaming space. This was a good idea that was executed poorly, like most things developed by Imagineering. But, you know, what you gonna do? It ain't my money. Mattel ain't my company. They could do what they want to do. Now, if you decide you want to get yourself a copy of Barbie, honestly, about $10 to $20 to get you one. Maybe if you're a hardcore collector, about $40 could get you a complete copy. Like I say most times, I don't see the point, but if you're a collector and you want a complete copy of Barbie, it's not impossible. Actually, it's pretty attainable. So, good luck. I ain't got nothing real bad to say about this game. It was a good idea. It was just not executed the best, you know? But this has been the 8-Bit Animal, and I'll catch you beautiful people tomorrow. Tomorrow. Alright. You got 50 lives, no kind of save feature, 100 levels, and a very short knife. Yep, you about to lose all them lives in 5 rooms.